and welcome to Grossly Competent, the learning, development, and adulting podcast that doesn't claim to be pretty, no, but we will happily pretend to be slightly competent. I am your host, Steve Council, and I'm joined by my co-host, the person driving up the costs of all brown paper bags across the globe, Mr. Patrick Ayleshire.
You bring me back to my days of living in Austin, Texas, and there was a plastic bag ban. So it was either...
Oh, yeah, I feel like I remember that.
It was a nice thing they did. They're not going to get away with that up here in Wisconsin.
Did they do that because they were afraid of you using it and then you suffocate?
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? Say what you will about Texas, but that was pretty nice of them. That's pretty great. Anyway, folks, we have an episode, and it's one of them of all time. And we will serve this bad boy up hot and ready just for all of your listening pleasure. But before we get into that, Mr. Patrick, would you mind enlightening us with the sponsor of the week?
Today's episode is sponsored by the Drawer of Important Papers, which is trademarked, by the way, where birth certificates, expired coupons, and pure panic live together in harmony. You don't know what's in there, but you know you'll need it at 9:03 p.m. on a Sunday. The Drawer of Important Papers. Organization, emotionally.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, big drawer of important papers. Do you have one of those random drawers? Not that you have important papers in there, just the drawer of accumulated trash.
I do, and it's pretty tiny because, again, I'm not a huge person on clutter, so it's kind of like an organized chaos, I would say. I can find something very, very quickly, and it's probably one of the smallest drawers in my kitchen, actually. But I did want to add, this does remind me of, and this might be something that you've experienced having a son in the elementary school ages, reminding me of just like pure panic or like the randomness of in these drawers, right? My oldest sister sent a text the other day, and it was a picture of a crumpled up piece of paper, and the headline was, "Hey mom, can you sign my permission slip?" So,
oh my God.
the how I had students who did this. I'm sure I was guilty of this as a child of, oh, by the way, the field trip's tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We are currently in the process of trying to teach our son some personal responsibility on those things. So like when it comes to homework, if he needs to remind himself to tell his teacher something, I have to say, if my son listened to this podcast, he'd be very upset that I'm outing him, but he's 9. So he's not, and that's okay. So we're currently in the throes of that, but the amount of times I have signed something that looks like it has been through a atomic bomb testing, that's funny. And you're right. God knows I probably did that stuff too.
Yeah.
Hell, I forged signatures. I mean, children out there, I don't recommend that. But you know what? It's okay. You muster up the $5 to get onto the field trip, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
So be it. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Drawer of Important Papers. We appreciate you immensely. So, Patrick.
Yeah.
I got to say, it's great to be back. It's great to be chatting. And man, it feels good to feel like $1 million in the process, because listeners out there, I assume you can tell the difference. I mean, I know I have that beautiful nasally voice naturally, but it probably sounds a little less nasally because I can breathe and stuff like that. Easily the last month, my entire household has just been like a cesspool of sick. like Black Plague reincarnated in the council household. I swear to God, it would be like I'd be sick, and then I'd feel a little bit better, and then my wife was sick, or one of my kids was sick, and then they'd start getting better, and then somebody else gets something. Oh my God, can we just all be done at the same time? Did you experience that at all, or have you noticed there's been people dropping like flies at work or something like that just from all the sickness?
Well, and the other thing, Steve, it was tough is that it's not like you could air your house out because it was 30 below, for the longest time. So that would just make things even worse,
Yes. Holy, I'll get into that. I asked you a question, but I'll touch on that in just a second. Yeah.
Well, knock on wood, I have somehow escaped the 2025-2026 winter cold season up to this point.
Oh,
I generally, lucky. And from recent memory, the last like 3 or 4 years, I have gotten some sort of 24 to 36 hour bug of sorts. Sure. I don't think I really don't get the flu very often, but it's some sort of cold. And it's typically right around like Christmas, like the holiday, like the week before, the week of, the day after. But it's already February 5th. And for whatever reason, it skipped over me up to this point. So I know.
I don't know if you can hear that, but that was me knocking on wood.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
For you.
But also, I guess, like the coworkers I am more close with on my team, at least, I feel like they've been a little bit unscathed, came out unscathed as well. So again, we shall see. We got plenty of time for cold season. So
yeah, tune in, folks, next week when Patrick eats his words.
Yes,
and
exactly.
Also needs a Kleenex. No,
but I didn't want to say anything because you mentioned how unfortunately sick your household had been. But I wasn't sure if your facial features were due to the sickness or if that's. I mean, you said Black Plague. Was that like? I forget sometimes what we look like without our masks on. So I
can you see the boils?
Oh, is that what that is?
No, yeah. No, those aren't dimples. Nope.
I thought you had an AI mask on today. I'm sorry.
I am AI.
We
haven't touched on that in a while.
Robot podcast.
It's odd. The further we've gone along, the more people realize that there's no possible way we could be AI because have you heard us? But you mentioned a very good point, and that is the fact that it's been so cold. Once again, listeners, if you're unaware of this, Patrick and I are in Southeast Wisconsin. That's how you can tell based on our voices.
Scanson.
Scanson. Yes. Believe it or not, we can actually tell the difference in people from Wisconsin, like depending on where you're on the state.
Yes.
I digress.
Sure.
It's been very cold. And one of the issues that we ran into was because it's so cold, the heat is pumping constantly. And like, I have a newer house. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I feel bad for somebody who has like older houses to the point that like we'd all wake up and my son, he complained about having a sore throat. We're like, well,
the dry air is
you're breathing through your mouth and then your throat gets dry. No, he had strep, but it's fine. It's fine. Right?
Shake it off. You're okay.
It was the beauty of antibiotics, and man, to be alive in the modern day is just wonderful. Holy hell. So thank you, doctors out there. thank you, medicine makers, because wow. So I'm very jealous of the fact that you've gone unscathed. I will say that. But you actually just brought up today, as of our recording right now, it is February 5th. And I believe the Olympics, right? They've officially started, correct?
I think some of the events have already started.
Yeah.
I think the opening ceremony is Friday night, tomorrow night. So
okay.
Yeah, but They do have events. I think they have the preliminary and all that type of stuff already started. But
that's what I thought, because I've been seeing things here and there. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like I thought there was the ceremony was first, and then shows how much I know. With that, is that something that you typically partake in? Do you like watching the Olympics, whether it's winter, summer, whatever?
I do like it. I probably won't, dedicate a daily sit to watch, but I am a big fan. I know the Summer Olympics seem to be a little bit more unpopular from my understanding.
Yeah.
As far as it's a bigger spectacle, there's more events, but I really do enjoy the Winter Games as well. I think favorites things to watch, probably like downhill skiing. I love the speed skating.
Nice.
The luge is just a wild event to me.
The luggy?
Luggy? Yeah. The loogie. It's actually a spitting contest.
Oh, excuse me. I had no idea.
Yeah, what about you? Anything tickle your mask?
So the Olympics is one of those things that I don't personally seek out. If it's in front of me, I'll watch it. That's fine. This will sound really weird to say, but I kind of feel like there's no skin in the game for me, it's just we're represented by a country. That's fine. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it's like, oh, okay, somebody won. Neat. And like I fully get that there is so much talent that goes into it. Like, I'm not oblivious to that.
Sure.
But no, nothing that I personally seek out. Just kind of a spectacle that happens. If it's in front of me, I will watch it. Otherwise,
I remember a very, very funny tweet that came out years ago. And I think it was during the Summer Olympics when Michael Phelps was just crushing every record, gold medal and all that.
Yeah, he has like infinite gold medals, right?
Yeah. And
it's crazy.
But Bill Murray had a tweet, and I don't know if you've heard it's and I'm not going to get this right verbatim, but it was something along the lines of every Olympic sport needs every Olympic event that they run needs to have an average person for a frame of reference. So like, imagine like in the pool, you've got, let's say 8 lanes, you've got 7 Olympians, even the worst one. And then you've got like me getting in the pool and just like getting destroyed, or a track and field, or a hockey, or whatever it is. It would just be comical, but also realistic.
Dude, I feel like I've heard that, but that would be amazing.
I know.
Are you kidding? Like, oh my God, that would be so rad. And if like they were worried about like distracting from the spectacle itself, like you could realistically film somebody like prior to and then overlay it.
Sure.
Right? Like, I mean, we have the technology.
If it's an event too, that's even like a solo event. So like, I think the fun ones would be like the swimming and like the speed skating, or like, again, track and field. But you could do like, even for like the individual events, like the luge or the downhill skiing, those are individual races, right? And so you just like see how slow someone is going around. And, I don't know. It would be great. Or like a floor, like Steve Council doing a floor routine gymnastics. Come on.
Boom. I've got mad skills with a Z. That's how you know I have good ones. I think we might have to petition for that. Because that is such an awesome idea. I will tell you right now, if that was a thing, I would tune in. I'd be like, yeah. Because I do genuinely think you're right. Like, those sports and those athletes in specific are so tuned, so good at what they do. They've practiced ad nauseum, quite frankly, to do what they do at such an effective rate that I think it's so out of our realm that we don't appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Interesting.
I mean, it's hours and years of
that's
and then,
wild.
And I never even thought about it when I was younger, but the Olympic athletes are young for the most part, right? Like they turn professional and then like they're done with the Olympics. It's like, it's just mind boggling.
Yeah. Like you and I could be their parents. Like they're so young. You're right. Like it's kind of creepy. Like, oh wow, holy smoked. Which once again, just that pressure and the amount of dedication that they've already put in their young lives is that is truly incredible. Wow. I love that. Put an average dude in there and just let it rip.
Oh, we'll put the
awesome.
we'll put the tweet in the show notes so people can.
Okay, cool. I would love to see that too. Yeah. And if any of you happen to have the ear of the Olympic Committee, maybe just drop that little nugget there. Say like, hey, I heard on this podcast, they're really great. And
go on about the podcast for a few minutes, and then
I mean, you don't want to oversell it, but you want to make sure that you at least drop the name like 14 times in 2 minutes, just a minimal amount. That's it.
Yeah,
and then make sure you say that sounds awesome. No, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, shall we?
Let's do it.
Topic it up. That's me imitating what our transition music is.
What do you got for us today, Steve?
Nothing. Did you have anything?
Oh, I don't. Well, we ad-lib it today. How about them Packers?
About them. No, I am totally kidding. Believe it or not, I have been doing quite a bit of facilitating lately. And it's been great. It's been great. It's one of those things that it's like getting back to my roots. Because normally the position I have is more strategically focused, which I do love. That's just my passion. I love that strategy and thinking about long term and whatnot. That's all great. I love that stuff. But sometimes it is just nice to focus on a group, engage in a specific topic, get them excited, crack a joke here and there. Nobody will laugh. And hopefully they walk away just with a little more. And like I said, back to the fundamentals. Right? Like
I completely understand what you mean. Yeah. That's great that you had the opportunity to get back in front of the room and share your expertise on a wide range of topics.
Yeah.
In my organization, January and February are typically a bit slow as far as like training goes. A lot of departments are trying to figure out what they want to do for the year.
Sure.
My team is more or less doing more of the back office type stuff. We're reviewing the training that we've offered in the past, revamping it, making changes, trying to figure out what should we be creating for this next year.
Yeah.
It is a nice change of pace, but even when I'm not in front of a room, there's plenty to keep me occupied. So, for example, I host a coffee club, which I will be doing tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
We do it bi-monthly. And tomorrow we're talking about random acts of kindness, which ties in a lot to our mission, vision, values, as far as just making sure we're being equitable and inclusive. And so I think the acts of kindness part will be fun. I usually talk for like 5 minutes or so, and then we go into breakout rooms. And I get to bounce around into the breakout rooms. And I give them some guiding questions to kind of follow and then get some input. And then we all come back together and have a nice discussion about what we talked about and how can this help us in our journey at work going forward.
Do all of them just unanimously say looking at you as an act of kindness? Because otherwise nobody would look at you.
It's usually, do you mind turning your camera off is the first request. And I say, oh, so that's usually where they start. But then it's like, it's kind of like hey, the jerk store called, and so.
Oh, Patrick,
I'm
so sorry.
But I love it. I love it. It's great. I'm really excited to log back into work tomorrow.
You're going to be waiting for that now. You're like, let's talk about random acts of kindness. Please don't mention my face. Please don't mention my face. Please don't mention my face.
And they're like, your mic's on. And your camera's still on. Sorry.
Everything is terrible about this. I'm off. Coffee. If I could throw coffee in your face, I would. But it's virtual, so you can't. I get it. Yeah. Well, all right. So that's awesome. Like, that's great that you have those opportunities to kind of expand a little bit further.
Yeah.
That's really cool that your organization allows for that. So doing these recent trainings, it's part of this 9-month curriculum. And it's what I've been focusing on right now is this leadership development. And I'll admit, like, I've been doing this stuff for quite a while. And even though I've been doing it for quite a while, there's plenty of times that afterwards I'll think to myself, like, man, I really could have done this differently, or I could have said this in a cleaner way, or just whatever, right? Or like, oh, I should have said that. Like, it's that shower thought, right? Like, I should have said that. That'd have been really great. And I don't know, something just kind of struck me this week in specific that I was kind of thinking about what it was like when I first started compared to now. And just thinking about, man, what if I knew now what if I knew then what I knew now? Excuse me, I messed that phrasing up. And it just, what it kind of made me realize is, yes, I was beating myself up. I can be my own worst critic, but it really helped me kind of give that peace to myself of saying, like, hey, man, you're doing things at a much higher level than you did when you first started. And we take that for granted because that's the way experience works, right?
Yes, for sure.
So that led me, excuse me, into this thought process of what are the things, like, do you have any learnings, tips, tricks, ideas from your experience that you wish all facilitators would either recognize or mix into their sessions, incorporate as a part of their skill set, or just like their instructional design with like presentation wise or whatever?
Yeah, I thought this was a great question. And listeners, this is going to be another example of Steve and I not reading each other's answers before we shared. So I have no idea what Steve is going to write. So I decided to, and I think your strategy was from, at least when I was glancing through, putting in my stuff here, but I didn't read what you wrote. But I have listed just 5 things. We don't have to do a full deep dive into these, but I'm excited to hear what you mentioned as well. So the first thing I want to write, and I was able to take my experience not only from the classroom as a teacher, facilitator, to where I'm at in L&D now, and thinking back to each of these experiences. But the first one I want to mention is that you do not need to write out everything you're going to say word for word. And in parentheses, in all caps, I have "thanks a lot, college professors," because the amount of times in my teaching or education classes where we had to just write out word for word what we were going to be saying, it's just not feasible. It doesn't, and so that kind of goes into my second point of, you do not need, and you should not. So you do not and should not memorize what you plan to say.
Oh my God. 1,000%. Yes. Yes.
There's a caveat to that. And then I'm going to explain this one a little bit. The caveat is, but do not try to wing it when giving a presentation.
Oh my God.
Be prepared. So that first part, Steve, it's really interesting. I had a coworker a couple years ago that had done presentations in the past, but her role on our team wasn't the facilitator. She was more of a coordinator. However, she wanted to do some facilitation, and she had a couple great class courses ideas. And so she created these courses and did a great job. And then we're like, yeah, you might as well facilitate. You designed this one.
Yeah.
But she was she was nervous to get in front of people because she did a really good job and she had a lot of energy, but she was meticulous with writing out exactly what she wanted to say. And I remember when she unfortunately left her position last year, and I took over some of her trainings. And the first thing I said was like, "Get rid of that script! Like, I can't. I'm not reading all of that." And we are even to trim down some of the content like this. Does this need to be a 6-hour training, or can we get all this done in 4 hours? And that's what, So
without a doubt,
I love that part of it. If you're new to the field or whatever, don't try to memorize, because something's going to happen. You're not going to. Oh, then you're going to get. You're going to get your. You're going to lose track or get off, from what you were saying, and then you're going to be back playing. Okay, what was I supposed to say after that one paragraph in my head? No, you can't do it.
Do you mind if I interject?
Yeah, please
on this?
jump in. Yep.
Because first, like these 2 points, holy hell! Like, and I really genuinely believe that anybody that says that they are afraid of public speaking or just speaking in front of groups, it's because of these 2 things they have embedded in their mind.
Right.
They need to have things memorized, which is absolutely not the case. And they have to have this like word for word script, like they're actors in Hollywood, like
sure.
Read their lines. No, dude, not at all. Like, you do not need to do that. And to further something you mentioned about if you try to memorize it and then you forget, what happens? You get nervous then, because when you start stumbling, now you can feel the pressure of everyone looking at you. The best response to both these things is just be prepared.
Yeah. Yep.
And
absolutely.
The way I would always try to explain this to emergent leaders that would have to give presentations, and I had a couple of folks over the course of my time, more than a couple, that were terrified, just terrified of speaking in front of groups. And the way I would break that down for them was to say, like, well, tell me about a topic you really like. Like, what's a passion of yours?
Sure.
And it might be football. It might be whatever, a card game. Like, I don't care what it is. They start talking about it, and they just start drilling. It's like, okay, you didn't need a script for that, did you? You didn't have to have
Great
an
point.
outline. You didn't have to memorize what you're going to say. You just spoke. And it's only because you were prepared. You have the information. Not that you need to be the full-on expert, which I'm getting ahead of it because that's one of mine. But that's those 2, Patrick, man, you're right. I didn't see what you wrote. So this, as soon as you said it, I think you saw it right in my eyes. You're like, oh, I hit something there. I'm like, yeah, you did, man. You hit gold is what you did. Hell yeah. Nice. Those are great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Do you have, the next one like 5?
I have 5.
Okay.
But next one is Lord of the Rings. Oh wait, no, that gets you excited too. But I digress. And Steve, I'd actually like to. Deep cut. I want to jump to one of yours, just so I'm not going straight through all mine. Let's hear what one of yours is.
Dude, are you kidding me? You never have to worry about me saying not enough. Like, I feel like I am always talking, and you're so pleasantly just waiting for me to shut up. Fine. I'll do a small one because I only had a couple, but
okay.
If you have 5, great. One of mine was establishing the intention of the session, and that might seem really simplistic. Like,
so good.
You're telling them what you're going to do. Yeah, no. There's been plenty of times I have been a part of I've been to a presentation as an audience member, and the individual just barrels into the topic. Just like no foreplay. You're like, wow, oh, okay, we're doing this. Neat, I guess. Sorry for our sensitive listeners out there. This is an adulting podcast too. But it's just, wow. Let me buy dinner first. Like, really? It's crazy. And I really think, and I'd love your opinion on this, I genuinely think that being a good facilitator is really just simple storytelling technique. You have a hook of some variety, and then you introduce the topic. Like if you watch the best TED Talks, they never just like, I'm going to talk to you about. No, it's always some just quiet hook. And that just draws you in like, ooh, I want to know more. And then they start getting into their topic. And I'm curious, like, do you notice the same thing?
Yes, I love the idea of the hook. Just again, kind of get their attention rather than it's going into the formalities. I will say a good facilitator will go over those objectives and outcomes, like you mentioned.
Of course,
but you need to grab their attention first. Yes. Go over some groundbreaking, some housekeeping or ground rules to kind of get everyone comfortable. But then absolutely, it's not just our first objective today. It's it could be something. It doesn't even. I think it's better when you can tie it into the topic itself. But it could also just be some like lighthearted small talk to just to again get them kind of put them at ease. So it's whether it's talking about the weather or something. Hey, we want to make sure you get out of here because we're going to do all this discussion on customer service, and if we're crabby from getting out of training late, something like that, where it just to kind of set the foundation, set the mood a little bit versus just being so so straight laced and boring, essentially.
I at least whenever I go through something like that, I feel like you're just an objective on the list of things they want to accomplish. Like, oh, am I keeping you? I'm sorry. Do you have somewhere to be? My apologies, because I feel like you're the one that's putting this on and we just register. Like that's
sure.
I feel like we didn't like will you into this room against your will. Like, come on, man. Yeah, but I agree with you. Establishing basic housekeeping. Interesting. If I'm going to keep up with like the storytelling or like the kind of movie theater mantra in my head, that's like those are your, make sure you silence your phone. Like those little ads they'll do in movie theaters. That's basically that. Like, hey, you need to use the bathroom? They're here in here. And don't get locked in them. Oh, that happens.
That can happen, especially at the parks.
Oh, yes. Oh, man. Yeah. So always make sure you know where an exit is in all of your restrooms.
Wink, wink.
I know it might. I know it might typically be like the same door, but hey,
not always.
You never.
Have you seen Narnia? It's not always the same door.
If I just walk into a public restroom now and I just see a giant chifforobe or whatever, I'll be like, okay, whatever, sure. Let me open this real quick. Why not? Oh my God.
Why is it locked?
And that's my To Kill a Mockingbird that just popped out. The chifforobe. Because that's such a common vernacular term. What in the hell just happened there?
What is that? What is the on Anchorman? They're trying to figure out what the diversity. I believe that's an old wooden ship. Ron, I don't think the network cares about an old wooden ship.
No. All right. You do one of yours now. That was my piece. That's fine.
So the last few are pretty quick, but I this is something I learned well into my training days, learning and development days, is that allow small group discussion and allow more than you think you should. Participants, as much as they want to learn from you, I want to say but like there's going to be, you don't want to say always, we never say always, right? But almost every session, Simon Sinek taught us to don't say always, because when you say always, someone points out the one time you didn't do it.
Yep.
But most of the time, participants in a training, they want to learn from you as a facilitator, but they generally want to learn from their coworkers. They want to get in those conversations because people like talking about work. They like talking to other people and having that socializing. And so I think that's really important to allow those small group discussions and then be able to draw from each group and bring it back kind of full circle in that training itself.
That's a good one. Those are two. Was that one or two that you tied in there?
Two,
nice.
Well,
Those work in tandem. You're absolutely right. Like the small group discussion is great. Get people engaged with the content immediately. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Interestingly, one of mine is of similar. So I
sure.
Not exact, but it's similar. And that is that I'm drawing a blank now. My God, I have to find my spot here. My little note. Oh, here it is. That as the facilitator, you are not supposed to be the smartest person in the room. Like you're not. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. And I feel like people often misinterpret that as like, well, if I'm giving this training, I have to be the smartest, and you don't. Because like if we really want to break this down, facilitation is all about just you helping promote ideas, an activity, something of interest in the audience. That's like legitimately, that's it. You, however, because you did construct the material, you've had more time to play around in that sandbox than everybody else.
Yeah.
Typically speaking. But that still doesn't mean you have to be the end-all be-all expert. And it's okay not to be. It's okay to call on people in the audience that might have more experience with it. That's completely acceptable.
Really interesting that you mentioned that, because that was my fourth point I wrote down, you don't need to have all the answers. Vulnerability goes a long way with an audience to show that. And that goes to my elementary teaching days. The initial shock of, Mr. Elshire, you don't know the answer to that? And I'd say, no. I'd say, let's talk about it. Or come up with some ideas. Or if they still weren't satisfied, it would be go home and ask your parents, and we'll reconvene on this tomorrow. But it's the same thing I would do in a facilitation course, bounce ideas off one another and say, hey, I'm here to present information. I guess, yes, I need to know enough about the topic, but also let's talk to these SMEs that might be in the audience, because you're the ones working on this day to day. You might have the answer that we're looking for.
That's awesome. Yes, that's good.
My last one, Steve, and then I'm going to jump back to you so I don't forget this one, is something I learned in a training session that was passed on to me, which I have taken to heart. It was funny because it was said in jest when it was explained by this facilitator, but it was also serious in a way too, where he would say, and again, I'm misquoting this gentleman, but he said, okay, well, looks like we're about to wrap things up here just a few minutes before the session or whatever. And he said, okay, it's time for A.L.E. And we're all like, ooh, A.L.E. Okay. A.L.E. is always leave early, but he would say, so always leave early. So go home and have an A.L.E., right? We're giving you some time back here. So the idea of it is,
funny.
The training goes, let's say, till 4 p.m. There's no reason people should be walking out at 4:01, right? The training should be, and you should be able to give people at least a minute or two back of their time. Now, unfortunately, Steve, you've had an experience where you let people out apparently too early, and someone complained about, which I think is like obnoxious. But I don't mean cutting off 3 hours of a 4-hour training, but the idea is that if someone sat there for, let's say, 3 hours, okay, if it's an hour-long meeting, you don't have to end early. I'm saying more the training sessions that people are like, maybe they don't love the fact that they have to be there. Give them 5 minutes back, or if you cut out 10 minutes early, 5 minutes for an evaluation, and then they can go early when they're done. And so I think it's just a nice little touch rather than making people late to their next appointment or to go home at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't agree with you more. Yes, people will always remember if you kept them late.
Yes.
And they will hold you. They will hold you in contempt.
Yeah.
Because of that. Like, oh God, yeah. But if you let them out early, except for one specific instance
except for Charlie.
Except for
We'll
one
Charlie.
specific time that you happen to bring up, you will almost always be their best friend. Like, you let them out a half an hour early, and like, you didn't rush through anything.
Correct.
The content was delivered exactly the kind of way you wanted it to. Everybody walks away knowing what you wanted them to know. Okay, we can sit here and twiddle our thumbs and do nothing, or you can have a little bit of your life back. How's that? And if you don't like that, then you're a poop. That's the way I feel about it.
My favorite line is during in the virtual world we live in now. I love this meme when someone will end up meeting early. And this happens in every organization. Someone will say, "Well, I'll give you back 4 minutes of your time, whatever." And like the meme online is like, "Wow, thanks so much for an extra 6 minutes. Now I can pursue my passions."
Look at everything I can do. Oh, next meeting.
I just love that, like the sarcasm of "Wow, thanks for that."
Yeah, but God forbid if you took them
late.
to 1 minute over. Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I had no idea that I killed your firstborn. Like, holy jeez, I'm sorry. And it does happen.
Yep.
I will admit that is one of those things. I try to err on the shorter side, because my hope is that people talk. My hope, and I will prompt the daylights out of that, because I want them to interact. I want them to. I will tell self-deprecating stories about myself, if for nothing more, for them to laugh and engage with that, as long as they talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Oh no, the words of wisdom indeed. I have to admit, my next one here, I don't really know how to say this without coming across sounding like an ass, and I'm genuinely not trying to. So just please bear with me as I try to stumble through this. There are plenty of times where I have gone to a presentation, a facilitation, whatever you feel like calling it, and I completely get that the individual is giving this presentation on behalf of a company. Like, they work for somebody. Totally get it. Great. Please don't pepper me with advertisements during your presentation. Like, it feels like a trap. And there is very little that will turn me off more to what your message might be than if every 5 minutes you're like, and by the way, we offer this service. Like, dude, I don't care. I don't care, because I feel like everything is a bit disingenuous leading up to that. Like, I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am off base on this, but I feel like some of the best presentations are given by individuals that clearly represent their organization.
Yeah.
But you don't feel like you were being advertised to. But you walk out going like, wow, that guy really knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested in working with him in the future. Sold. You just sold your product. Like,
yeah.
I will give an example, and I sure hope I hope you're not listening out there.
Let me call him up real quick. Hey, Doug, you got to get on here.
I was just today. I was at a presentation, and the gentleman that gave it did a great job. Really nice. He was a great presenter. He cracked a couple jokes in there. You could clearly tell he's a master of his craft.
He's working on his stand-up. We love that. That's what we do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But dude, the second slide was a full-blown advertisement.
And
he even called it out. He goes, "Oh, sorry, got to do a little advertising."
You don't.
And I'm like, oh God. I really looked past it. Like, okay, just don't be an ass. Don't be an ass. I looked past it. I got things out of this session. It was fine. I can't stress enough. He was very nice. But dude, YouTube even lets you skip ads. Like, come on. I don't know. I guess I'm curious. Am I off base on this?
You are not. Not at all. I think that is so funny and sad, but also quite lame.
Funny, sad, and lame.
I mean, talking about just, in a training or even like a podcast, just coming in and spouting off information that has nothing to do with the topic. I mean, as a non-drinker, that might make me want to drink. Which reminds me of a company called Zero Proof Pass, the first and only non-alcoholic passport program started right here in Milwaukee. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought.
I legit was trying to where are you going with? Oh, got it. You are making
honestly, fun. I'm sorry. We had a slight commercial break. I think it was about a passport program for sober curious people that started in. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But honestly, Steve, this was a great example because you're familiar. I was on the board of directors for a local association of talent development.
Yeah.
Chapter. And that was actually something when we would bring presenters in for our monthly events. That was the one thing we would have to emphasize is you may not advertise your product.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not a great practice. I'm sure it sounded like the guy was a good facilitator and everything, but the fact that I love how he started with, I got to do this. Well,
you don't.
You don't.
Oh man. Actually, if memory serves me right, his words were I'm sorry you have to endure my sales pitch or something else.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say. That's awesome. I actually did not know that about ATD making that a prerequisite. That is awesome. And I respect them way a lot more. I respect the organization to begin with, but way more now. By the way, Association of Talent Development, if you'd like to sponsor Grossly Competent, please let Patrick and I know. That'd be great.
Anyway. Sui ATD.
Anyway, so I feel like let's just say, and I understand that there are companies out there that if they send somebody out to do a presentation, they're mandating it. Like marketing built their presentation. Yep. They have to throw a couple. I get that. I do. I 1000% get that. For those facilitators that feel like their backup is against the wall, I would recommend a little bit of Cinema 101. And that is let your story, let the actual presentation do the talking, not the dialogue, which I know sounds like I'm saying the same thing, but you can engage in a topic in a way that will endear people to your product. Like if you watch, say, for example, presentations done by Steve Jobs, something like a very, very good orator, fantastic. He is not up there going you can buy the iPhone for $799. He's not up there doing that. What he's up there doing is he's marketing his product in a way that gets you excited because he's telling you stories about it. And he's getting you invested in the culture behind it. And I believe it's Simon Sinek. We've brought him up twice now. I believe he is the one that is coined as saying that Apple is a marketing company that just so happens to sell cell phones.
Yes.
And it's a great way to look at if you have to give one of those kinds of presentations, try to do that. Try to set it up in that way so it doesn't feel so slimy, I guess is the word. It feels like you're trying to sell them a timeshare. And it's really unfair to the group that wants to learn something. That's
Apple
stood down.
Apple had a commercial, I want to say sometime last fall, which was amazing how they did it. It was a minute long ad, and This couldn't have been on the Super Bowl last year. I think it was just recently, in the last handful of months. But it was a minute long, and the iPhone was actually only shown in the commercial for like half a second. It was like a animated. It was an animated commercial with these like wild animals in the forest, like rabbits and whatever. And it was I forgot how it actually went, but essentially they were like the iPhone was shown there. They were calling one another, but the whole ad itself had nothing to do with the cell phone, the iPhone, but it was obviously a really well done ad that people were able to think of. Okay, this is Apple, this is iPhone. Yeah, and you don't have to come like kind of you're referring to. You don't have to keep pushing out your product. Yeah, the material should speak for itself.
You know, that's funny, interesting because of the idea of the cell phone commercial. There's one that I feel like recently, within the last 6 months, on that kind of level. I think it was, I believe it was for a Google phone, like their Pixel. Is that their brand? Google Pixel, where everybody is walking around with vanilla ice cream cones.
Yes, I remember this one.
Yeah. And like everybody is doing that, and it's like, oh, here's the vanilla ice cream cone 16, and then they just like slop this like this piece of paper over the 16 and just shows the 17. It's the exact same thing.
Yep.
I feel like the product that they're actually advertising only shows up at the very end for a very short time, and they don't really say anything more about it. They're like, it's just not vanilla.
Yeah.
What like. What the fact
smart.
I'm not what a cool way to demonstrate your product without just like browbeating somebody like buy this. I don't know. Maybe I am just tired of people on LinkedIn just trying to sell me stuff. I'm letting that bleed into this. I don't know. Like, is this part of my DNA now?
We made it almost a full hour without muttering the L word. And I'm not talking about love. I'm talking about LinkedIn.
That was a thing. I didn't know we were keeping track. Oh man. All right. Well, hey, by the way, folks, don't forget, get your UGG Fest tickets coming up soon, February 30th. Be there. Yeah, it's at your local Ponderosa Steakhouse.
Oh, perfect.
And if you don't have one of those, it is at your local Blockbuster. So we'll see you there.
And
buy it.
Unfortunately, they're only on sale at the Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, the only one that exists. However,
is it really? I thought they were all gone. Oh,
there's one. Bend, Oregon. We've somehow managed to host, which Steve didn't allude to. This is special news. We have expanded to a 3-day festival, but it is a 3-day festival in one day. Tickets are still available, but they are limited.
And you pay for all 3 days, correct?
Oh, correct. Yes.
Okay, good.
However, unlike other events, the closer the event gets, the less the tickets cost. We wanted to explain that earlier, but we didn't. But UGG Fest 2026, February 30th, 3 days on February 30th.
That's awesome.
It's going to be legend. Wait for it. Ugly. Legend ugly.
Legend ugly.
Legend ugly.
Wow. How long have you had that up your sleeve?
Like 6 seconds. I just honestly just.
That's all right. That's
they come awesome. To me. They come to me. I was thinking about How I Met Your Mother and How I Met Your Mask is what I meant to say.
Oh, mic drop. Wow. Well, Patrick, did you have any? I think you went through all 5 of yours, correct?
I did. Yes.
Okay. Well, I covered all of mine, man. So, do you? This is actually another question for you. I'm sorry. Do you know who we never have to worry about facilitating a bad session?
Yes, I do. That is Dr. Spinaruski.
Oh! Just in case you don't know where to put the sound effect, you can just overlay that.
I'm going to leave it out of that section and just let you ride it out. There will be no.
Oh, good. Yes, it is indeed the Spinnerooski, good sir. And I tell you what, folks, while my co-host fires up that wheel, I'd like to remind all of our new listeners and previous listeners that each episode we spin the Spinnerooski. It's a wheel of names that might belong to the woman who so generously shoved Mr. Patrick and I into the Ugly Club all those years ago. And the goal is that eventually we'll land on her name and thank her properly. So, Mr. Patrick, are we set to rock?
We are all set. I am
Spin
going to
that Rooski.
Boom.
Why are people friends with me?
Emma.
Actually, I really like that name. That's a nice name. That I could see Emma being the woman that so generously and graciously shoved you and I into what we know as the Ugly Club.
It's a classic early 2000s name.
Yeah.
Like clubbing name.
Yeah.
Country bar / sports bar / club name.
I still stand. Google be damned. It was a country bar. You don't have that many cowboy hats and NASCAR playing, and you can Toby Keith on the speakers. You can't have that. Anyway,
how do you like
Emma?
me now? Now that I'm on my way to the basement, to the club.
Yeah. Anyway,
369.
Emma. That's what I'm saying. 369. Yeah. Emma, thank you so very much. You have been a delight in our lives, and we hope you understand how much you mean to us. So thank you, Emma.
That about does it for today's episode. Thank you to everyone, including Emma, and all of you out in listener land for joining us on Grossly Competent. If you like what you're hearing and you want to support the show, here are the best ways possible.
You know, honestly, I'm going to make sure I point this out. Even if you don't like listening and you want to support us, that's great too. Anyway, so
5-star review.
You can subscribe, follow, and give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. You can visit us on Buzzsprout at grosslycompetent.buzzsprout.com. Here you can become an active supporter and help us with the show. We mean it when we say every cent counts, and we wildly appreciate it. Give us a shout. Join us on Instagram at Grossly Competent. You can give us an email if that is your jam, grosslycompetent@gmail.com. That will actually come directly to my phone, believe it or not. It's crazy. And please tell your friends, family, coworkers, or that super awesome learning and development person or facilitator, and let them know all about this podcast.
If you happen to work with Steve or I, you don't have to tell us. You can just compliment, how much you love us. But yes, other than that, tell all your L&D folks, because they may want to listen in to hear what we've got going on a weekly basis.
Hell yeah.
And I will say, we appreciate all of you. Any form of support you can provide means the world to us. This is a labor of love, and we love bringing it to you each and every week. This train is rolling. We are on the tracks. I love having something to talk about each week with you, Dr. Cornelius.
I do too. I genuinely love doing this every week. It's great.
I got a quick shout out.
I was actually just going to ask you. I feel like I always go first on this, so I really wanted you to. So great. Who's your shout out? Fire it off.
My homeland of the ancestors. We have a listener from Ireland.
Oh my God. I haven't looked. We do?
We do. We've hit another country.
But thank you, our Irish friend. I'm going to attribute their listening to you, Mr. A.L.E.
Yes.
Because I don't think that's the one they're aiming at. So Wow, that's so cool. Oh,
yes, I know.
I love this.
We have crushed it on the territories of all our listeners and all the countries, that the locations that we have. Steve, we are in the United States.
We are? Oh, yeah, I guess we are.
We have listens from Singapore, Japan, India,
Japan, India, yep.
UK, Iraq, South Korea, and Ireland.
Dude, that's so crazy to me. And I love it, man. That's awesome. Those of you in international waters, you guys shoot us a message so we can thank you by name. That would be, oh my God, that'd be awesome. I have a very specific shout out this week, and I would like to give a warm, happy shout out to Instagram follower and constant listener, Diamond Dave Newberg. You can catch him on Instagram at DNewberg, NEWBURG. Every week, he sends a message about what he likes about the episodes, and he always offers his 2 cents, and it's awesome. I sincerely mean it. I always appreciate it. Newberg, thanks for being constantly rad. Love you, man. All right. That's it for this episode, Uggos. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. You know, I find interesting is that nobody has ever commented on our singing at the end.
They have turned the episode off by now.
They turned it off about 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
That is very generous of you. I was thinking about half hour ago, but hey.
Like, oh, good. They brought up LinkedIn. Click.
Love it.
Yeah, I need more of that Beach Boys in my life, man. That is chef's kiss.
Bring on more of the heavy, the Metallica, the.
Oh no, that was just me.
The Manson. I know, just
varying up and down.
Yeah.
Ooh, you want? Oh, I'll try.